Persuasion is a vital part of our democratic and economic way of life. Every day we are bombarded by a host of visual stimuli attempting to affect our behavior. Combine sight with sound, and we have a double persuasive force.
Any place can be a sort of fountain now with great shake, you great shake.
By effective advertising, we are persuaded to buy certain products.
Great Shake shake mix isn't a plain milk flavoring. Great Shakes. Shake up a rich, thick shake. Great Shakes taste like a soda fountain shake. Thick and creamy. So thick, it stands up to a straw. In your favorite soda fountain flavors. Great Shakes.
Computing machines provide us with endless data that influence the decisions we make in our everyday life. But our technology has not diminished the power of the spoken word in persuasion. Modern leaders endowed with the gift of oratory have led nations to human dignity and greatness. During the bitter years of World War II, Sir Winston Churchill's appeals to the courage and dignity of the British people enabled them to sustain the Nazi onslaught.
Hitler knows that he will have to break us in this island or lose the war. If we can stand up to him, all Europe may be freed, and the life of the world may move forward into broad, sunlit uplands. But if we fail, then the whole world, including the United States, including all that we have known and cared for, will sink into the abyss of a new dark age, made more sinister and perhaps more protracted by the lights of perverted science.
Adlai Stevenson was in the tradition of the great American wits, who tempered a serious idea with laughter.
Dick Patterson and the mayor telephoned, I came right over. As some of you may recall, I ran twice for president. Many people showed considerable enthusiasm for this effort, but history reveals that more did not. This past election, however, the people showed more discriminating judgment.
In his first inaugural address, John F. Kennedy asked the American people to awaken within themselves the frontier spirit that made our nation great. The simple dignity of his language and the youthful vitality of his delivery inspired Americans to accept the challenge of the 60s.
And yet the same revolutionary beliefs for which our forebears fought are still at issue around the globe. The belief that the rights of man come not from the generosity of the state, but from the hand of God. We dare not forget today that we are the heirs of that first revolution. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans born in this century, tempered by war, disciplined by a hard and bitter peace, proud of our ancient heritage, and unwilling to witness or permit the slow undoing of those human rights.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to
The
be
civil rights
self-evident.
movement received its greatest
That all
impetus from the
men are
efforts of
created
Martin Luther King. He continually appealed to the vision of our forefathers that all men are created equal. He worked to make that dream a reality.
That one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
From the United Nations to Congress to college and high school campus, men and women utilize public speaking as a means of persuasion. These high school campaign posters are examples of good persuasion techniques. They are simple, clear, and direct. Good oral persuasion should also be clear and to the point. This high school student is running for president of her student government. She is an effective speaker and knows the first rule of persuasion. Convince the audience that your idea will benefit them. The student begins her speech by getting her audience's attention.
Curricular activities and active social life. But this year has been one of the dullest in the school's history. And you know why? Because of the poor administration of the student government by our present office holders.
The student must prove her charge with valid evidence. Her language remains simple and direct. She has the facts to support her statement.
Of student government funds. Our present officers advanced White Star caterers $2,000 for the junior and senior proms months before it was necessary to do so. And when we needed the money to finance the carnival, it was not available.
This student is attempting to persuade a group of high school seniors to serve as counselors in a summer youth project for culturally disadvantaged children. She appeals to her classmates' basic desire to help others.
You know, each summer, well, most of us are sitting around in camps. There are thousands of kids that are just roaming the streets of the city with nothing to do. That usually ends up in a summer of danger and crime for them. But this summer, it's going to be different. Through the aid of federal and state funds, the city's been given money, and they're going to open up a summer program. They're going to be opening up settlement houses and playground areas, and we're being given a chance to help. They're asking us to be advisors and guides and to help in these areas, and to just sort of guide the kids and make them feel that somebody really cares about them. So now is our chance to act. We've been talking about doing charity work. Now's the chance to act rather than just to talk, and to help make the disadvantaged citizens of today the advantaged citizens of tomorrow.
Once the speaker captures her audience's attention and establishes her subject clearly in their minds, it is safe for her to employ visual aids or other supplementary documentation without running the risk that they might be more distracting than beneficial to her argument. As we have seen, in this time of ever-increasing competition for our attention, a mastery of the art of effective persuasion is more important than ever before. Our success or failure at obtaining acceptance and understanding for our ideas is largely dependent upon our ability to convey them in a compelling manner. While the students we have observed in this film may lack the aura and the issues of the great men who have set our examples, they have demonstrated a fundamental understanding of the foundation upon which effective communication rests. Like Dr. King and Sir Winston Churchill, they have tried to appeal to basic human emotions, to our senses of dignity and pride, and to the desire for a brighter future that comes in times of adversity. Like President Kennedy, they have attempted to speak clearly and directly, calling for action and supporting that call with valid evidence. And like Governor Stevenson, each has attempted to make her presentation in a manner tailored to suit her audience. Thus it is that effective persuasion requires clear organization, solid arguments supported by evidence, and an understanding of your audience.